taking a bite out of it today on Fortitude through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. 2 days to go. I feel like I want to break out in that 80s song and start singing the final countdown, but I can't sing, so here we are. I was just talking about this lesson, I think it was yesterday before I read this, maybe the day before. The quote by Seneca: "To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden." I think I told this story. I think I told this story. A couple days ago, I just wrapped up 2 big projects. I got a massive tax project open. I got a massive consulting project open. I'm racing to the airport because assignments come out at 5:45 and I gotta be there within 10 minutes to accept an assignment. So I'm racing to the airport and I'm multitasking while I'm driving. I know. So I'm checking some emails, which I shouldn't be even checking emails because I have a team that does that, but here I am checking emails and I realized I got an expense that was denied. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I look in, and my rental car from I don't know, 2 weekends ago when I was in Chicago for a company training thing was denied. And I'm like, fuck no. So I call my director. I report to a desk. So I'm an independent contractor, but I serve these different entities. I get bid on projects, right? So I basically told him, I'm like, take me off the fucking board. I'm like, take me off the board. And I didn't do that because it was an emotional response. I did that because I wanted to pause and truly just deal with the situation. Now you can say, well, Shawn, what the fuck is $267 to you? It's not. It's honestly not the money. It's the fact that my weekend was taken from me to sit in a room with a bunch of men hearing themselves talk. So you're gonna cover my expenses. It's principle. This is not about the money. But regardless, it's not about the emotion either, because here's the reality. I'm always full tilt. I'm either running to an airplane or I'm in with my clients in high, very intense negotiation. These are interventions, what I do. They really are. Most of the time I'm doing an intervention. These business owners are crackheads, and that's what I'm doing. Not really crackheads, but you get it. So I wanted a calm mind. So I pumped the brakes. I said, send me a plane ticket to TPA. I'm going to Tampa. Now, I was only on the ground a few hours, half a day. But in that half a day, I woke up. I slept with someone in my bed, so I had my comfort. I had my team meeting in the morning, let my team know what I was doing. And I went to the gym, I sat in the sauna, I meditated. Then I placed a call to the company's HR department. I said, here's the situation. This, and this. I said, so what are we going to do? And he said, put it in your next expense report. this, and this. Awesome. So it ended up being a little bit over $1,000. The expenses were off. And again, I didn't know about the $1,000. I knew about the $267. But when you face things with a calm mind, void of emotion, it robs your adversaries, it robs the situation, it robs it of the fierce strength that it's coming at you with. It robs it of the burden. Because I can think clearly, like, hey, listen, here's what it is. It's not important to me. But what is important to me are the boundaries that I set, the respect that I set for myself. And it's interesting because the director, he commented, He said, there's a Wall Street article the other day about, working with people that were in the military. He goes, you got to be careful when you hire these guys. He goes, you're going to get accountability up and down the chain of command. And that's right. That's right. I hold my team accountable. The tax attorneys that work on my projects, the consultants, the financial experts that work on my projects. Yeah, I hold them to the very high standards. In fact, with my clients, I point them, I said, if this guy's not giving you a 5-star performance delivery every single day, this size 14 goes in his ass after I get on a plane and come here so I can fix this. The reason I tell you all this is because this last year in Stoicism, I'm at the end of this thing. And here's what I've learned. This is a weapon. Very, very dangerous. I can equate it to my performance in this position. When I first started this, my stress levels were through the roof. Remember, I track it. My stress levels were through the roof in my opens. They're really a closing, but in an open we call it. Because of the intense pressure, the stress, the high dollars, the fact that you have to perform or else a lot of people's lives are effed up. I was angry all the time. I was yelling at people. I was taking it out on everyone. The travel was getting to me. Everything was getting to me. And my performance, for sure, I had a great year. But it wasn't my best. It wasn't the best that I could do. So now after the Stoicism journey, after my exposure of Buddhism and my now daily discipline of meditation and living in a state of mindfulness, my stress levels are higher when I sleep than when I'm in my closings, my open. I doubled my conversion rate. The last time I looked at the list, I was in the top 10 for jobs open and running across the country. And, the top 40, I think last time I was ranked 25th. But that's because it's a year-long look, year back. But now with the jobs I'm running, my performance puts me in the top 10 nationally of what these people do. This is a 7-figure position. There is no room for error. And there's no room for emotion unless it is used in combination with emotional intelligence to effectively deliver my message. I haven't even gone into the rest of what Ryan Holiday is talking about here because Ryan Holiday is an author. I am an expert in behavior change. I'm an expert in emotional intelligence. So I can take that, but what I've learned from personal experience and observation is Stoicism has given me a weapon now that I'm now a force multiplier. This is the greatest gift that I've received my whole life because this is my weakness my whole life. People always had the ability, because of my passion, to elicit an emotional response. Now, let me tell you this. If you are trying to get an emotional response out of me now, that's going to be interesting for you. You will not enjoy that experience. You will feel silly. Because now I have the tools to combat that kind of behavior, and I have the emotional stability to sit in that fire and stay cool with ice water running through my veins. All of this is not just for day-to-day adversaries, but for the greatest and most unavoidable trial of all, our eventual death. This was the goal that I wanted when I started out with Stoicism. I wanted the emotional control. I wanted to take that power back because I'd given it freely. I maintain the discipline of my reactions and response. I understand that I cannot control a lot of the things in the world. I also accept the responsibility to put all of my energy into the things that I can, which most notably is my mindset. And that alone. And as I'm nearing the end of this, I have talked about the gaps that I found in Stoicism. I felt it was cold. I felt it was void of an actual practical application for implementing the theory that we're talking about here. And that's where I've piggybacked into Buddhism, because Buddhism gives me that peace, that gives me that compassion. Like, I can't even think about it without smiling and feeling warm inside. And as soon as I think about it, my mantras start playing in my head. I am grateful for this day. I embrace impertinence. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. I walk a path of wisdom. And most importantly, I'm at peace with myself. I can't turn that off. I hear it now. It just plays. It's a mantra. It's just like you hear when you're listening to other type of Buddhists who believe in chanting. I mean, I'm more of a Theravada, but I mean, I don't chant. It's not my thing. But that's what I hear, just in English, right? That's what I hear now. And every time I look at someone, the first thing I think is this person is hurting. They don't need more of it. And that's the first thing I think about. This person is suffering. They don't need me to be more of it. I didn't think that way with Stoicism. With Stoicism, I'm like, fuck that person, not my issue, not my thing, not my control, nothing to do with me. I don't care, because I have no control over that, so I'm not putting any energy into it. Felt very distant to me. I am a person, I have a big heart. I don't know how to love small. So what I found is the perfect blend of Stoicism is controlling my emotions and then filling the void with compassion. Living in a state of mindfulness, using meditation as the tool to accept the things that I cannot control, understand through Buddhism that I embrace impermanence, that all these things are going to change anyway, and constantly walking this path of wisdom with my study. Not hard. Nearly impossible. This is not hard. It's nearly impossible. Because if you do this right, you will challenge almost every single thing that you believe. You will visit your soul from the inside. This experience simply has left me with a calm and reasoned mind. Greatest gift of all. I now possess all of the wealth that I require. And on that